Who's ready to dance? I'm ready to dance. 안녕하세요, I'm Stephanie, fellow dancer, here to teach you Wadada by Kep1er. So, let's get started.
So there's a couple ways to start, but either you're going to be kind of the center person, who I believe is just going to like move their head around and stuff like that, or you're going to be on the side, and you'll be kind of like in this pose here, or this way if you're facing to the left. So facing the right, you're just going to place your fingertips on your head like this. Look straight towards your arm here, and here you're going to wait a few counts, and then from there you'll hear the hey. So when you hear the hey, you're going to turn your head to the front, either side. So hey, or if you're center, you're just going to go like hey or something like that. So after that, I'm going to kind of switch over to the next center part. But she's going to slide towards the center or towards the left. She's going to release that left arm, kind of about halfway. You can do a little head tilt to the left and back up. So it's going to be like this, tilt. We're going to take a few steps forward, 4 steps in total. So we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th count, you're going to basically kind of bend your knees and stick out that left hip a little bit. With the hands, they're pretty easy. So the first kind of like 2 steps are just hands down. Then on the 3rd step, you're going to bring your right hand out. Palms are going to be out for this whole section here, or towards the front. Then you're going to bring your left out to the side, but slightly lower than the right. And then you're going to bend, and you're going to bring that right hand on the same level as the left. Both fingers should be facing to the left here, or pointing to the left. So altogether, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 to here. From there, you're then going to kind of like stand and straighten those legs and shift over now onto your right foot. So again, from the left to the right, like that. With the hands, they're pretty easy. You're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just going to be turning those fingers from the left to the right. And then from there you'll slide, and with that you can kind of flick your hand to the front like that. So then from here you can just place your feet together, kind of just arms by your side, and for now it's temporary and the transition is actually pretty quick. So now let's go over that part before we move on. So from here, again, wait a few counts, and then you'll hear the hey. So when you hear hey, you're going to look to the front. From there, slide to the left, lower that right arm, tilt that head, take 1, 2, right, left, hands to the left, stand slowly and go to the right, and slide. So then after your slide, I'm gonna be again kind of mainly following the center part, but you're welcome. So I'm going to be following more of the center part for this next part, but most of the moves are pretty much the same for this part, so don't worry too much. From here, so after our slide, this is gonna be really quick because we're gonna go 1, 2. So it's gonna be 1 step to the right, point that finger down to the ground, and step to the left, point that finger down again to the ground. So with that, you also want to kind of bring those shoulders forward as you point down. And then from there, you'll hop your feet together, bring your arms down to your side. From here, I'm going to pick up my right foot. As I do that, I'm going to start to circle my arm behind my head, so just like this. And then I'm going to place my right foot behind myself until I'm facing to the left. With that hand, you're just going to bring it up and over and down to the front. With that, you want to point your right finger down to the ground. So then from here, I'm going to do 1 of these. So basically just going to pick up my heel and down. So again, from our standing position, it's going to be 1 and then 2. From there, you're going to do the same thing. Bring that hand behind and 1, 2, like that. So then after 2 of these, I'm going to hop my feet together, arms down to your side. You're going to take a count just to be here. Then we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So basically it's just kind of moving those hips from side to side. You're always going to start from the right here. And then you're going to do 5. Again, palms are going to be facing towards the back or towards you for this whole part. So it's going to be 5 with the right hand, 4 with the left, 3 with the right, 2 with the left, and then you're going to step back onto that right foot and bring out number 1 with your right hand. With that number 1, also your palm is facing forward. So again, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, you're then going to come down onto the knee, and then you're going to bring up your left hand, like you're grabbing kind of like person's arms here. From there, you're going to quickly take a step forward with that left foot, and then you're going to switch. So now you're onto your left knee, and you're kind of standing on your right. Hands are going to be like this, right draped over the knee, left on the hip. So again, from here, we're going to go 1, 2. So again, from here, 1, 2. Or 1, 2 to here. Also in this pose, you want to make sure that your head is tilted to the right here, because then you're going to nod 1 up, then you're going to grab out to the right, you're going to bring that arm in, and you're going to lean slightly forward, and you're going to tilt your head back into the left here. From there, I'm going to transition very, very quickly to kind of this small center part. And basically, you're going to stand and do mwah to the camera, or to the front there. So technically, you can really do whatever you want at that point. And then from there, we'll move on to the next part. So then for our moi, I'm going to do a really, really quick transition. You're welcome not to. You're welcome to just walk up the stage or walk in a circle and continue on. But I'm going to do this very quick transition. So after our moi, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So basically it's just a hop right left, right left toe, left right toe, right left toe, just like that. And with the hand it's going to be to the right, left, right. Left hand's just going to be the table, right hand's going to do all the motion here. So you also want to face the front right corner for this to make, or to the right. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. 3 switches. And then from there you're going to hop slightly onto that left foot, pick up that right, and you're going to basically extend that right leg kind of slowly. Also with the arm too, you're just going to push out. And also with that, you're going to, just to kind of help it balance, you can slightly lean back like this. Left hand can just be on the hip or just kind of like to your side, whichever one. So like this. Then from there we're going to go right, left, down, so our knees are bent, kind of towards that front left corner. Hands are going to be at the shoulders, palms facing away from you. And then from there you're going to stand and close those fingers into a fist, and then come back down and place them on your thighs. So with that, you can also do a little releve, and you can do a little chest circle just for style if you want. But you can just go 1, 2 like that. Also, when you come down, you can either stay or keep your upper body straight, or you can come all the way down with the head. So then from here, I'm going to wait a count, then I'm going to go 1. So from here, just sliding that left foot in, and then bringing it so my right toe is next to my left foot. I'm going to bring my hands kind of in a triangle here, just making a triangle with the middle. Palms should be facing towards the front, and they're going to be kind of framing your eye here. So we're going to go 1 and then 2. So it's going to be 1, 2, switches. Then from there you're going to bring them up, and then you're going to slowly come down, bending those knees, sticking out that right hip here. And then from there, you're going to kind of just place your left foot next to your right, bring your hands down to your side, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's 1 and 2. So that's pretty quick, but it's always going to be right, left, and then stop up above your head and to the right. So also with the knees, you're going to go 1 and 2. So it's going to be like a gradual bend of the knees to here. So now let's review that part before we go on. So from our last here, bringing our feet together, we're going to go right, left, hop together, 1 and 1, 2, and 1, 2. From there, hop together, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step back, come down onto the knee, bring that left arm up, step forward with the left, come down onto the left, 1 head nod, bring that right hand out, bring it back in, stand up, and moi. From there, 1, 2, 3 of these feet switches, hop and extend that right leg, right, left, come down, come up, and back down. We gotta count here, right, left, bring it up, and slowly down, bring it together, straighten those legs, right, left, to the right here. So for this next part, after here, you can either do this to the right or to the left, and the transition is actually pretty quick. So just be aware of that. I'm going to show you going to the right here. So I'm just basically going to place my foot out to the right. I'm going to kind of just face the front left corner, so you can either go here with that foot or to the corner to the right side. So basically with that, you're going to go up, slowly bend back, and then you're going, at some count, you're going to bend those knees. So at this point, you should be kind of like, really bent knees, really leaning back as far as you can. So with that, since I'm on the right, I'm going to basically extend my left arm. Right hand's going to come to the elbow, and you're going to slowly rise it up to here. With that, both palms should be facing away from you. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to here. From there then, you're then going to turn your head in towards the center or to my left, and then back to the center. So it's like really quick. So it's like 1, 2, like that. So 1, 2, and then from there we're going to go 1, and then 2. So from our sitting position, it's a little awkward, but you're going to start to circle chest yourself up from your lean. So with the hands also, you're just going to slightly bend them as you circle, just like that. Palms are going to be facing towards me. So again, 1, 2, 3. Turn that head, and 1, 2 as we stand up. So after we stand up, from that, you're going to go 1, 2 steps, and then you're going to want to bring your knees in towards the center. So since I'm on the right side, I'm going to be turning to face left here, just like that. Hands can be on the thighs if you want to. And then from there, you're going to do 1 pop. You'll hear the count, but it's like a little crack sound. Pop to there. Then from there, we're going to step to the right. I'm going to go 1. So again, from here, it's going to be 1, and then 2. So 1, I'm going to bring my left arm low and sweep it across from the right to left. So it's going to be like 1, 2. Then now we're going to go to the left. Again, right hand from the left to right, but now we're going to bring it up and above our head. You want to make sure that it's rounded, and you want to make sure that your palm is facing up towards the ceiling. Left hand's just going to be behind you. Again, you can do this whole part to the left if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. From here, I'm going to do a little bit of the center part. So she's going to stand up, and we're going to raise our arms above our head just like this. We're going to take like 2 steps. So right, left. I'm going to go right, left, come down. So with that, you want to be in a nice lunge position. If you can't place your heel down like me, you can just be on your toe. You can be like this. But you want to make sure that your left leg's towards the front. Left hand's going to be supporting you on the ground here. From there, you're going to bring that left foot in. You're going to stand up a little bit quicker than what you think, because then now we're going to switch over to the majority. We're going to go right, left, so it's a cross and to the shoulders. Then from there, I'm going to step back onto my right foot. I'm going to bring my hands kind of behind my head. I'm going to straighten my right leg and lift my left, and I'm going to circle my hands from the back of my head over and in front of myself. So from here, it's going to be 1, 2. And with that, you want to add you want to hunch over just a little bit. So round that back. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And just to end this little pre-chorus part, this is the wa-da-da-da, or wa-da-da-da part. So on the first wa, you're going to get ready, and then da, da, da. So it's going to be right heel, turning until you're facing front, and then hopping onto that right foot facing right here. And with that, you want to pick up your left leg, make sure your left foot is directly behind you. With the hands, they're easy. Basically, you're going to be like munching with your hands, so you're going to go munch, 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 or wa-da-da-da. Or sorry, wa-da-da-da to here. So altogether, it's going to be wa-da-da-da to here. Also, a little few notes on that. You want to make sure that you're picking up your leg as you're placing your heel down. And then on the hop, you also want to make sure that you're kind of leaning a little bit forward. So now let's review that part before we go on. So after our 1 and 2 to here, I'm going to step, lean back for feet counts, come down and bend those knees, turn the head to the left and back, and then 1, 2 chest circles as we stand up. From there, right, left, bring it in, pop forward, to the right, and to the left to here. From there, stand up, 2 steps, right, left, come down, bring that left foot in, stand up, right, left to the shoulders, right, left to here, wa, da, da, da. So then from our last da here, I'm going to hop, so that now I'm facing front, and I want to make sure my right toe is next to my left foot. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, hop. So again, it's going to be 1, 2 switch, 3 switch, and then hop and place those feet together. With the hands, they're easy. You're going to go 1, so you're going to flick both hands forwards. Then you're going to kind of bring your elbows out, and you're going to bring them in. So from out to in, or palms facing front to palms facing in. So 1, 2, and then from there I'm going to place my hands on my hips, 3, and I'm going to pop my chest in. So again, flick, elbows, chest, and then hop together. We're going to clap our hands together in front. Just low and kind of in front of our stomach here. From here, I'm going to take a step to the right. As I do that, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 3 switches with the hips, always starting with the right. You can either be like directly right, or you can be kind of slightly front like that, just like that. And you also want to bend your knees slightly. So then with the hands, you're going to prep by going here. Then on your step, you're going to, so this is the prep position. Then you're going to switch so that your left hand is up. 2, 3 switches. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So this is the vroom 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 kind of part. Or vroom 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 like that. Then from there I'm going to circle my hips from the left to the right like that. Still with bent knees. Again, from here I'm going to kind of flatten my left arm. Palm should be facing down. Right arm's going to come around and underneath like that. So it's going to be like 1, 2 to here. So at this point, both palms should be facing each other. And then from there, I'm going to slide and pick up my left foot, bring it across and behind. And then I'm going to release my left arm, and I'm going to bring my right hand into a rock signal to here. So again, from here it's going to 1, 2, 3, circle, and then bring it up. So with this, I'm kind of facing front leftish corner, kind of to the front here. From there, you're going to walk to your spot. If you want to, this is just extra, but you can do little stuff with your hands. So a little flick up, flick to the side, or something like that. Doesn't really matter. 2, 3, about 4 steps. You want to make sure that your feet are together, arms are down to your side. Because then from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So with the hands, I always start with my right hand. You can start with your left if you want to. But right, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, extend that right arm out. 1, 2, 3, again, extend that right arm out. So it's always going to be right, left, right, out, right, left, right, out. Like that. With the foot, it's going to be wa-da-da, wa-da-da. So on that last da, you're going to slowly kind of pick up that right foot. And you want to make sure that your thighs are close to each other. So wa-da-da, wa-da-da. And also to help with that, it's easy if you lean slightly to the left as you pick up your right foot. Just like that. So you're going to do that twice, so wa-da-da, wa-da-da, and then from there I'm going to take 2 steps. 1, 2, right, left. Pretty easy, but very quick. Arms down side. From there you're going to do this again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then hop. So then from here, I'm going to do slightly something different, but I'm going to pick up my right foot, I'm going to place it to the right, pick up, and place. That's the foot. With the hands, it's going to be like 1 and 2, like that. So it's going to be 1 and for that first one, and then 2 with the right, with the left. So 1 and 2 to here. Again, kind of facing that front right corner. And then again, another hip circle to here. And then from there, you can either slide your foot next to, or your left toe next to your right foot, or you can again pick it up. But now we're going to just bring our hand, a little bop on the side and down. So again, 1 bop to there, and then 1, 2, bringing our feet together, arms down side. From there, another wa-da-da, wa-da-da. So 2 of those again, like that. From here, it varies from part to part, from person to person, but really you can do really whatever you want for this part. But this is the Kep1er wa-da-da-da, kind of that part. But with that, you can do like various ones, wa-da-da to here, and then da, and then from there you can walk off. That's one option. You can also do what I'm doing, which is probably much harder, but I'm going to do a little freestyle, a little bit of wa-da, and then from there, on the last da, pretty much everyone except the people doing that part is going to hop so that their feet are together, and you're going to clap your hands above your head, and then you're going to form an O with your hands. With that, you want to make sure that you have enough room that you can circle your thumbs around each other. So after our wa-da-da, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of these hip switches from side to side, so right, left, and you're going to slowly bring that O down to about chest level here. So then after our last 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, I'm going to place my right foot out to the right. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, or 3 kind of bends forward. They don't have to be very big, but you just have to bend slightly forward. So again, after 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 bends. With that, you're still going to keep your hands in no, and you're still going to circle your thumbs around each other. So after those 3 then, you can either go like what, yeah, a little bit and then join up later, or you can go back to here. So again, another clap and hop, 1, 2, 3, 4 O's. Again, another few counts of freestyle, wa da da, and then another hop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 bends forward and hop, or another yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. From here, you can do again another little freestyle if you want to, and then walk off stage, or you can kind of transition to the next part, which you want to sit down. You want to make sure that your right knee's bent, left leg is straight. You can either have a flex foot or just kind of relaxed foot for the left, and you can have your hands kind of to the ground to support you. Also, you want to be facing left. So now let's review that part before we go on. So from our wa da da da, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, pop, and vroom vroom vroom. Circle those hips and rock hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Wa da da, wa da da. Right, left, step to here. Again, 1, 2, 3, hop, and right, left, right. Circle around and bonk. Right, left, right to here. Wa da da, wa da da. From there, Kep1er, now wa da da, hop. 1, 2, 3, 4 hips, and then 1, 2, 3 bends forward and hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kep1er now, wa da da da. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3 bends and hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, transition to the next part. So then from here, we're basically going to be kind of sliding back like that. It's a little hard for me on carpet, so you're welcome to just kind of just transition your legs if you think that's easier. So then from here, basically you're going to switch and slide back once. As you do that, you can either keep your hands on the ground, or you can bring up your right hand with a number 1. Again, palm should be facing the back here, and you want to be looking straight. So again, if I'm here, I'm going to go 1, and then 2, 1 more switch. I'm going to flick my right hand forward, or in front of myself, and back. With that, you want to look to the front. So again, from here, and then 2. From there, I'm not going to slide anymore, but I'm going to do another switch, and we're going to do 2. So again, it's like 1, it's going to be 1, 2, and then 3 to here. So with this one, you're going to bring 2 hands, palms should be facing towards you, to your right shoulder here. And then from here, I'm going to transition. So now I'm laying more on my right hip here. Right hand can be down to the ground, and then you're just going to slide your left hand from the right to the left, just like that. With that, I'm bringing my 2 fingers together, thumb out, pointing my thumb down, palm should be facing towards the front. So again, if I'm here, I'm going to go 1, 2. From there, I'm going to stand up, kind of onto my right knee here, turn to face left. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 switches, so always starting with my right fingers towards me. So 1, 2, 3, like that. Then I'm going to stand like that. So basically turn that right knee out, come into a nice plie here, and then come up. So again, 1, 2, 3, we're going to go 1, 2, bring that left hip out. From there, I'm going to bring my hands kind of behind my head, elbows out, and then I'm going to hop and slide my right foot until I'm facing the left. With the hands here, right hand's going to come over into left. So if I'm here, it's going to be 1, 2 to here. From there, you can walk off the stage if you want to, or you can very, 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 very quickly transition to here. So you want to make sure that you're facing to the right. Actually, just kind of with your feet pretty close together. And just like your hands getting ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right hand to my face like this. Palm should be facing towards me. And I'm just going to open to make a gap for my eye. So if I'm here, I'm going to be getting ready for here. So then from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be place that left toe down, hop left right toe, hop right left toe to here. And with that, with the left foot in front, you want to make sure your left shoulder is coming forwards, then the right, and then the left. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to here. From there, you're going to hop and do that extend thing again. Here you can have both arms out. You can do a little shake with that upper body if you want to. Just kind of whatever. Then right, left, down. Come up, and then come down again. Whichever one, either upper body up or down. From here, I'm going to immediately come to here. So no waiting here, just immediately come, because now we're going to do the next center part. But it's going to be right, left. Again, right hands are going to be to the right and the left. So 1, 2. Then from there, I'm going to place my left toe in front, circle that left hip towards the front. Then I'm going to go 1, 2. So 1, 2, I'm just going to slide my left hand down. I'm going to spider my hand up my right side there. So again, it's like 1, 2, and then 1, 2 to here. So with that, you can bend your knees like that if you want to, or you can keep them straight, whichever one. From there then, again, turn to face front, arms come down, feet together, 1, 2, 3. Here you can actually keep your legs straight if you want to, or you can bend them like we did before. So now let's review that part before we go on. So again, down on the ground here, right knee up. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then turn to face front. Come up onto that right knee, 1, 2, 3 hand switches. Go up and to the right, and then to the left. Very quick transition, left, right, left, and extend that right leg out. Right, left to here, come up, and then down. Right, left, circle the hip around, and then come down and spider your way up. Bring it together, right, left, to the right here. From here, I'm going to transition so that my right foot is to the right. I'm going to slightly bring my right knee in towards my left. So turning that knee to the left a little bit. For this part, you can do it either to the left or to the right. I'm going to show you to the right. With this, you're going to bend both of your knees, and you're going to extend both your hands to the left here. So with that, your palms want to be facing towards the back, like that. So, and you also want to be looking to the back. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3 to here. From there, you're going to open your hands so they're kind of in a V, and then back. So this is like really quick, like that. And with that, you want to also follow your head with your hand. So it's going to come up as you open your arms. From there then, you're then going to go 1, 2, and then come down. So basically it's 2 chest circles along with the arms to the right. So if I'm here, it's going to be like 1, 2, and then down. From there, you're going to come up again, but now facing the right. Now with my right hand up, left hand's going to be through the elbow. Bend those knees, lean back a little bit, like that. Then from there, I'm going to turn, so my upper body's facing front. Left hip's going to come out. I'm going to bring my hands to my side like this, so elbows in, palms facing up, hands as fist. From there, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's just going to be an open, close slowly as I lower, open again, come up higher, and slowly, and then close and throw those arms down to your side. So again, from here, 2, to here, 1, 2, and through. From there, I'm going to take a few steps. Mainly, this kind of helps, but I tend to like to bring my feet together, just arms outside. You can do this little next part. It's just a little fancy center part. But basically, we're going to run jump our left foot from the back to the front, just like that. The arms are going to go 1, 2. So left arm's going to come front and to the side. Right arm's going to circle around to the left to here. So it's going to be 1, 2 to here. I'm going to keep my right hand on my right shoulder. Little pop forward, like that. From there, I'm going to step left, right. So my feet are about hip distance. I'm going to bring my left finger up like this. So palm should be kind of facing to the right here. Right hand's going to come down. Palms should be kind of facing towards you, but you can do it this way, whichever one. But basically it's going to be like this. So it's going to be 1, 2. And you're going to slightly lean forward for this until your fingers meet up with each other. Then you're going to turn, so from vertical to horizontal. You're going to bring them then to your face, palms facing towards you, and then 1, and then 1, 2 to here. So 1 flick out, 2 flick out, like that. And on that second one, you can stick out that left hip. From there, you'll do a few steps to your spot, and then wa, da, 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 to here. So I missed a little bit of something. So after our open here, you're actually going to bend your elbows in twice. So it's going to be 1, 2, until they're in. Then from there, you're going to go 1, 2, with the chest circles and down. So now let's review that part before we go on. So from our last 1 and 2 to here, I'm going to step out to the right, bring those hands out to the left, open, close. Remember, that's really quick. And then from there, we're going to go 1, 2, bending our arms in. From there, 1, 2 chest circles, turning to face right, and come down. From there, come up, lean back, bend those knees, turn to face front, and 1, 2, and throw those arms back. Few steps to the center. Again, you can do that fancy little center part, little pop forward. From there, place that right foot to the right, bring that right hand to the left hand, up and over. Bring it horizontal to the face. 1, 2 to here. A few steps to your spot. Wa da da da. So second chorus, pretty much the same as the first one. Again, you can change up all those Kep1er wa da 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 parts if you want to. For the last kind of free part, I'm going to show you something a little special that kind of might help you with the transition for the next part. So after our last 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hop, 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. I'm going to take a few steps, so 1, 2, 3 kind of steps here until my right foot is behind my left foot here. With the hands, we're going to go 1, so we're going to go 1, 2, we're going to go wa, da, 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 bring it up. So again, 1 with the walk, bring it down. Then I'm going to cross my hands. I'm going to munch with my fingers, palms facing towards me. Then I'm going to munch with my palms facing away from me twice. And then I'm going to bring my hands up above my head. Above my head, palms should be facing out like that. So again, altogether it's going to be 1, 2, wa, da, da, da to here. So I'm not going to go over the second chorus because again it's pretty much the same. Just remember, you can change up the little free parts if you want to. So then from here, actually you're supposed to, I guess, turn to face back, but I'm going to go on to the next part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place my left foot next to, or my left foot to the left, feet slightly apart here. I'm going to open my hands, and I'm just going to place my left hand on my hip, right hand's just going to come to the side. From there you're going to hear you'll hear a yeah, and on that you're just going to tilt your head to the left here. So yeah. From here, I'm going to do 3 of these movements. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So basically it's 1, 2, 3. You don't have to turn that much, so you can go 1, 2, 3 like that. But with this, you want to make sure that you're picking up your foot each time, and you're bending your knees, and slightly switching sides. With the fingers, left hand's just going to be coming to the front of the hip, and the right hand's just going to be circling like this. So right finger out and just circle. So again, 1, 2, 3. From there I'm going to hop left to here. Left arm's going to be out as a fist, right hand is going to be kind of getting ready, right foot's going to be up, and then we're going to go 1, 2. So it's going to be 1, 2, like that. So 2 of these, and then from there I'm going to transition to the next center part. From there we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So basically it's pick up that right foot and hop, pick up that left foot, hop, pick up that right, and hop. With that you're just going to clap 3 times above your head. So 1, 2, 3, like that. From there, you can either do this to the right or left, it doesn't really matter. But you're going to go to the right here. You're going to bring one arm, mainly your left arm, to here, and then your right arm. Technically you'll be kind of like making O's on each side, but you're just completing them. From there you're then going to really come onto that right hip here. You're going to lean forward. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. So it's about 5 hip switches with the hands. You're going to bring two fingers out for both hands, palms facing towards the back. Then from there you're going to twist them together for 2 hips. Then you're going to flip them front, so your palms are facing front. And then you're going to hit and bring them out. And then release, like that. So altogether it's like 1, 2, 1, 2 with the cross, bring it to the front, and hit. So with that hit, you're just going to pick up, or you're going to place and pick up your right foot quickly. So it's just a little tap. Again, tap. From here, you're going to come down and you're going to do a small circle with your hips from the left to the right, like that. You want to be down low for this to work. So hands on thighs are necessary. Then from there, you're going to hop onto the left foot, you're going to pick up your right, and you're going to kind of do that. So knee's going to start facing to the left, and then you're going to flip it up. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, like that. So you're going to be doing 2 of those, both hands on the thighs. For the first one, when we come here, you're going to bring your hands up, and then you're going to do 2 of these. So 2 of these come on hands, like that. Again on the thighs, and then from there you'll throw and cross them in front of yourself. So now with the feet, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. From there, I'm going to place my right foot down, then I'm going to hop again onto my right foot, and I'm going to basically kick my left knee up. So it's going to be 1, 2 from here. So 1, and then with the arms, I'm going to come over and then punch them down to my sides. So it's going to be like that. From there, then I'm going to go 1, 1, 2. So 3 steps. So 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. First ones are at your lips, and then 2 circling them out. And then from there, you'll come down to the knee. Well, it depends on the person. But I'm going to come down onto the knee. I'm going to be the person who's facing front, but you're welcome to also face to left, right, or you can be standing. So I'm going to show you one part in particular, but the arms are pretty similar. It's just the timing's a little bit different, so definitely do check out those videos if you want to learn the other parts. So after we come down to here, you're going to punch 1, right over left. Again, bring it back, punch 2, left over right. Then you're going to bring it in and down as you look down. So it's like 1, 2, bring it down. Then from there, you wait a few counts. Then you're going to bring your hands up, cross. Your palms should be facing towards the front, and you should be looking straight front. Then you're going to circle them around until they're opposite, and then you're going to snap them so both of your palms are facing up, basically, like this. So it's going to be 1, circle around, 2, palms up, and then from here you can do this kind of little special part, but you're going to go like that. So it's basically, I'm going to turn so that my right hip is showing to the front, and then come back down. So with that, it's like that, and then come down. With the hands here, since I'm here, I'm going to go wada. So it's going to be 2 of these munches to the sides, and then 1 munch, again, facing to the center. So again, from here, circle it around, and snap, wa-da-da-da, to here. So now let's review that part before we go on. Again, from our last wa-da-da-da to here. Release, and wait a few counts. Yeah, with the head tilt. Right, left, right, hop, 1, 2, with the right heel. Again, hop, left, right, left, with the claps. From there, slide to the right, slide to the left, right, left with the hips, cross those fingers, 1, 2, 1, flip them to the front, and tap. 1, 2 with the come on, 1, 2 with the throw, right, punch down to the mouth, 1, 2, flick out, come down to the knee, punch right, left, bring it down. On your count, bring those hands above your head, circle those hands around, snap them so the palms are facing up, and then special wa da 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 to here. So then from here, you're then going to place both your hands on the ground and you want to lean forward. On your count, what you're going to do is you're going to place that left foot cross and behind, still making sure your knees are really bent, like you're really low to the ground. And then from there, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, until your kind of left arm is pretty extended here. So the trick to this, if I'm here, is you really want to cross that left foot really behind. So if I'm facing here, it's going to be like that. And then also with that, you also want to really lean back as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then from here, I'm going to turn to the left. And I'm going to end up on my right knee. So again, from here, we're going to go 1, 2, a little cheat to bring my right knee down. And from there, you can just hang out here for a few seconds, place your hands on the ground, look down, or you can stand up in a few counts, and then do the let's go. It's just a little flick, a little style if you want. So either if you're kneeling or you're standing, you're either going to stand or walk to your spot, or you'll just walk to your spot, whichever one. Then we're going to do those two wa-da-da, so 1, 2, 3, wa-da-da to here. Then we're going to step right, left, feet hip distance, arms down to side, and you want to be facing to the right. From there, you're going to lean back pretty far, like that, and you want to look front, and then from there, you're going to come up, and your hands should be like this. So left's going to be to the chest, right's going to be to the belly. So then from here, I'm going to turn to face front, and I'm going to bring my right toe next to my left foot. As I do that, I'm going to switch my hands so that now my right's over my left. Again, like this. So to here, then we're going to go 1, 2 steps. And we're just going to bonk our head twice, or bonk our hand twice here. So again, 1, 2. From there, you can take a few, maybe like 2 steps or whatever, or you can stay in place. And then you're going to do 2 wa-da-das again, like that. From here, this is kind of a little special free part, but again, you're welcome to change it. But it's going to be 1, 2 steps with your right finger up. So 1, 2, then wa-da-da with the hair flip. So it's going to be to the right, left, and then right with the hair flip. Again, hands are just going to be behind your head here. So after that part, if you want to, or you can wait, and you can do basically this part. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's basically tapping and hop, tap, hop, tap, hop, tap, hop, like that. And it's always going to be with that right foot that's going to do the tapping. 3, 4, like that. So you're going to do 1, 2, kind of. So with that, with the tapping and hopping, again, you're going to come to your O again, you're going to circle your thumbs around each other. Pretty easy. So we're going to, so either option 1, if you're not doing this part, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So on the 4th one, you're going to hop, so your feet are hip distance, again with your O, then 1, 2, 3 bends, and then again, another 4, hop, just picking that right foot slightly off the ground. Second option is going to be, if you did 1, 2, 3 to here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. So you're only going to do 2 of these to here, and then you'll join up with the 3 bends and hop. So with this part, either you're going to basically be walking to the back like that. I don't know that part too much, but I know you are working to the back at some point. Or you can go from here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So basically you're going to do a 4 square to here. And you're always going to start with the right foot to here. With the hands as well, you're going to bring them up high and then slowly bring them down to chest. So after your 4 square or walking to the back here, you can do another little wa da da da, but everyone's gonna come kind of to, well, these 2 are gonna come to here, but everyone will join and we'll do 1, 2, 3 to here. So it's just gonna be your up down, so 1, 2, 3, like that. Again, you want your fingers in an O and just circling those thumbs around. So 1, 2, 3, going up down on that left foot. And then from there on the 4th one, you're gonna actually either hop down or you'll just kind of stand. And then you're gonna do bounces. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 bounces, still with the same hand. And then you'll stand. From there, a few walks to here, to your spot. So then after you walk, you're going to place your right foot to the right here. You're going to be kind of facing, well, upper body's going to be facing front. Left, or the rest of your body is going to be kind of facing front, left-ish corner. You're going to go 1, so flip down and bring that arm up. Either come down on the knee or just stay standing. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. So it's going to be 3 of these lunges as we turn from the left to the right. So 1, 2, 3 to here. And then from there, come to your arm position. So you just want it to be relaxed, like this, something like this. So right arm's just going to be kind of over the knee, left hand's going to be on the hip, and you want to be looking front. So this is going to be your ending pose. Either you're going to be standing or you'll be kneeling down. So actually I did the hands a little bit wrong. So after the bend back, it's actually going to be right over left first, and then when you come to turn face front, you'll then switch, so now left is over right, and then we'll go 1, 2 with the right hand. So now this will be that part before we end this tutorial. So from our here, wa da da da, to here, come down, place that left foot behind, and lean back, 1, 2, 3, slowly extending that left arm. Turn to left until your right knee's down on the ground. From there you can stand or you can stay. Do a little flick. A few steps to your spot. Wa da da, wa da da. Right, left, turning to face right. From here, bend back. 2, 3, to here. Turn to face front. And 1, 2 steps to here. From there, wait, counter, so wa da da, wa da da. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again, that's the special part. Here you can wait a count and then go 1, 2, 3 to here, and 1, 2, 3 bends. Or you can just do 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Again, continuing from our 3 bends, gonna hop and 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, either walking around or in the 4 square. And then from there, na na na, wa da 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 to here. 1, 2, 3 up downs, and then hop. 1, 2, 3 bounces, either standing or sitting. Come up, walk to your spot, place that right foot to the right, hand up, come down or stay standing, wa da 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 to here, and then come to your final pose. Great job, guys. Give a hand to yourself because you learned this whole dance. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned all of this dance with me. That makes me really happy. And if you wish to review while you've learned this part, then take a look down in the description box below. Anyways, I challenge you guys to better me because I know you can. Also, please do subscribe for more cool dance tutorials like this. If you haven't, that would be awesome. And I'll see you guys next dance. Happy dancing!